No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings, or our tasty traditional wings, or a 10-ounce portion of our tender boneless wings, we'll leave your mouth watering for more. We promise we won't wing it, but you should. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
In an ever-changing world, one thing you can always count on is Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. You know, Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and their method is so straightforward it may shock you. Friendly service and a huge selection of inventory with more arriving daily. When you're ready for your next vehicle, take the short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day, working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Rheem home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call or visit us online today to schedule your appointment at mullenplumbing.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bell, West Virginia. It's homecoming tonight for the Riverside Warriors as they play host to the Capital Cougars. James Barker along with Austin Chafin here tonight as waiting the teams to come out as Capital High School 1-4 on the season. Riverside High School also 1-4 on the season. A couple other interesting facts. Two teams kind of mirror each other as both teams have wins over St. Albans as their lone win on the season. And Austin, this should be a competitive game against these two clubs, and homecoming always brings out a little bit more energy for a ball club.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, and especially whenever you're talking about AAA football, it's always exciting when you're talking AAA football. But you know, both teams, like you said, 1-4 of the season. They both have wins over the same opponent, so I think there's a little extra edge. There's an extra push here tonight to see who's really the better team. It should be a fun one to watch.
Should be a fun one to watch. Alex Daughtry's ball club, the Riverside Warriors, have a chance to kind of make a statement. Their schedule gets a little bit easier as the season goes on. They're going to play Capital tonight. They still have South Charleston on the schedule. They still have Lincoln County on the schedule, so some wins available for Coach Daughtry's ball club to maybe sneak into the playoffs, but they've got to get this win here tonight first.
Absolutely, for both clubs, it's a must-win situation. I know we're kind of halfway into the season, a little over the halfway point, but I mean, you got to get it kicked up right now. And like you said, hopefully you might be able to squeeze into the playoffs. And we all know once you get in the playoffs, it's really any team's ball game. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen is absolutely right. Anything can happen tonight. Homecoming here in Bell, West Virginia. We're going to see two very young ball clubs as well. Riverside only 8 seniors on their roster. Capital only 2 seniors on their roster. So these teams trying to build something and continue to build the culture. When you look at Capital and Mark Mason's ball club, you can see a youth movement at Capital High School as they're trying to build a little bit more culture, keep some of the talent in Capital High School that has maybe left to other schools around the area. Same thing here at Riverside High School. So you've got these young teams trying to compete, and hopefully tonight they have some positive momentum.
Absolutely. As we are awaiting both ball teams here, looks like we got the captains out in center field.
We'll try to get those to you. Caden Ray, the quarterback for the Warriors, one of the captains. And we have an injured player. That is 25, Arik Booker. Excuse me, I'm sorry, it's 23. Bishop Harrison, the senior, with the sling on. So he's out tonight. And you have 62 for the Warriors. That is Robert Myers, another senior, and then 21 for the Warriors, Bryce Green. Talked to Coach Todd Chevalier, who's the athletic director here at Riverside, and he said expect Green to get a bulk of the carries tonight. He's kind of the backup for Harrison, and he should be the guy, the tailback that kind of dots the I and Coach Daughtry's double wing type system here tonight. So we'll see what Riverside brings to the table. We're looking down on the field before the game. Capital has some really good athletes, young, and Coach Mark Mason trying to figure out what he can do to get his club motivated as Riverside hits the field here tonight from Bell, West Virginia.
Both teams coming out with the flag. I understand the home team, but how does that make you feel when you have a visitor team coming into your home turf and they got the flags, they got the sledgehammers? You know, it's almost kind of like they're trying to take ownership of your town, your building. You know, it has to give you some kind of push here tonight.
It does, and as a former coach, we did the same thing. You know, we brought our flags with us everywhere we went in Chapmanville, and it was just, you know, you have to try to, as a visitor, you have to try to build that mentality that we're going to take over tonight some way, shape, form, fashion. But when you see it and you're the home team like Riverside tonight, it gives you a little bit of juice in the system.
Absolutely. Like you said, this one should be a very fun one. It should, if anything, we should see a very competitive matchup between the two teams, sitting at a 1-4 record. I'm excited to watch some AAA football. You can never go wrong with AAA football here in West Virginia.
I completely agree with you, Austin, as Capital will kick off as Riverside will take the first possession here tonight. Don't forget, West Virginia Coal Association is a proud sponsor of RSN Sports, Game Day, and high school sports all across the state. Coal keeps the lights on. I'm going to tell you right now, the white with the white numbers, always tough on a broadcaster tonight. So give us a little bit of patience here as Capital has that white on white look with the white numerals outlined in that royal blue. Yeah. So give us a little bit of patience on some of the Capital numbers.
Hey, it looks really good.
It does.
But like you said, it could be a little bit challenging to read far out.
As Capital in their kickoff formation, as they will put a boot into it, gets down to about the 25-yard line where it'll take a bounce and then kind of check up. That is Green with it. And he's got some room on the left sideline. Makes a cut up the middle of the field. Can he break one tackle? He does, and he's tackled from behind as Bryce Green able to take it inside the 30-yard line. It'll be marked right at about the 28-yard line, and that's where Riverside will start.
That's one way to get some momentum on your side, way to set the tempo. Definitely not what Capital wanted to start the game off with.
Yeah, they took it. Capital had their kickoff unit to the right, leaning to their sideline, and then that ball kicked toward the left hash, and Green had just a full slate, full convoy down that near sideline here right in front of us.
Absolutely.
We'll see Riverside come out here in their first offensive set as center 51 Casey Chapman gets on the ball. As we'll see the backfield here for the first time tonight, Green with it. Carry over the right side, able to get it to about the 21-yard line is where he'll be marked at. It's a gain of about 8 on the play, so 2nd and 2 for the Warriors And they'll go a little bit of tempo here. A little single wing set. I think you may have saw a little bit of that last night.
Yeah.
Austin, as that ball snap goes back, it's on the 35. They try to pick it up. He's mashed down there as number 80 for Capital doing the damage there for the Cougars as loss of about 15 on the play.
That's one way to make up for bad field positioning if you're Capital right there.
As Green with it. Bobbled the snap a little bit. Now gets a lane up the middle. Tries to bounce to the outside. Spins off another tackle and gets it down to the 25-yard line. So they gain back about 10 there. It's now 4th and 7. I believe you're in 4-down territory here, as it looks like they will be. As a couple substitutions, but I think those might be more along the lines of a different formation for the first time tonight, as we'll see Caden Ray check into the game. Instead of that single wing look, we'll see Ray under center, or at least in the gun. So Ray will be under center for the first time tonight. Wing to the right. It'll be a toss to Green to the outside. Tries to get to the edge. Does. 25 to the 20, 15, 10. Gets hit out of bounds, and that will be a first down for the Warriors. Good play call there from Alex Daughtry's ball club, able to use a toss sweep to the weak side, Austin, and gets the edge for the first down.
You got to have confidence to say we're gonna run the sweep play on 4th and 7. You got to have confidence in your running back, and obviously they did. And like you said, great play call.
First and goal from the 7 for the Warriors. 10-14 to go here in the first quarter. We thank you for watching here on RSN and HD Media, courtesy of the D&D Sports Network. And there's a ball on the ground. Fumble. I think Capital has it. The Cougars, they're pointing their direction, and it is Capital football. So 3 or 4 really good plays on the return, and then, a couple good runs from Green, and then, they snapped it backward, and then they fumble right here. So the Warriors couldn't get out of their own way here on the first drive.
Yeah, that's always disappointing, because when we've seen things go right mentally, everything else followed suit. We've seen a couple great plays, and then, we had a bad snap, and then we had a fumble right there. And now that you've lost possession, Capital's got the ball, and they're able to maybe try to steal back this momentum. I'm curious to see if maybe they want to try to go to the air first play.
We'll see a pretty athletic quarterback here, Fernando Valdivia, as they'll give it off to the back this time, and he may have stayed in the end zone. Is that a safety? They're going to look at it. They're going to mark him at the 1.
Wow.
Forward progress. So it'll be second down and about 16 for Capital, but the back there for the Cougars never seemed to really try to get up the field.
No, that's something that you call situational awareness, and you got to have it. And in that situation, it just wasn't there. I thought it was a safety from where we was looking, but
looked like
it was
for
very
a second.
close.
It was very, very close. They give him forward progress, actually out to the 2-yard line, so second and about 15 for the Cougars. Again, from this vantage point, really difficult to see some of those numbers for Capital. We do apologize for that. Valdivia gives it off up inside as the back for the Cougars falls forward there. As it'll be bring up about 3rd and 13 now for Capital, backed up in their own territory.
Still trying to fill out this Riverside defense. I mean, good stop last couple of plays there, but really not much going on as far as offense with Capital. I'm curious to see right here if maybe they want to air it out. We got trips.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. Tight end closed formation to the top of the screen. Valdivia with the ball, looking. We'll throw it deep. He's got a man. Got pulled down a little bit. Ball up and incomplete. A little bit of contact there, but falls incomplete, as the intended receiver for the Cougars was Christian Robinson, number 13, the intended receiver. Good ball from Valdivia, but nevertheless, the Warriors able to break it up and bring up a 4th and long punt situation as the punter for the Cougars in his own end zone.
Always makes you nervous when you're throwing that 50-50 ball up, that 1v1, but I thought it was a great ball placement. I I think that's a risk that I'd be willing to take. If anything, we're going to punt it back out. We're going to see if we can do better on defense.
As Capital in punt formation, no gunners wide, so they'll bring everybody in to protect. Snap, punter bobbles it a little bit, gets it away. It's a low punt, and it'll drift out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark it right at the 21. So Riverside, even though they fumbled, Austin, they're able to take over on downs in really good field position.
Yeah, really good field position. I'm not for sure how their kicker is. I was trying to pay attention to warm up, and I seen the kicker. He was drilling from about a solid 15 out. I wonder if they're able to maybe punch the ball at 5-8 yards if they're willing to lay back and take the field goal. They're that confident in their kicker.
As we'll see Ray under center, as this time Ray will keep it himself. Bounces it to the inside, then outside, and Caden Ray dances into the end zone for our first score of the game. Beautiful run from the quarterback, Caden Ray, and the Warriors take a quick 6-0 lead.
Woo! No need for opting for 3 on that one.
Caden Ray from 21 yards out on the run. A little juke and jive into the end zone as Ray, a really, really good athlete here for Riverside, basketball player as well, as he's able to get into the end zone, get the first points on the board for homecoming here for the Warriors. Point after attempt up and good. 7-0. Riverside leads. Back with more here on RSN Sports and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings, or our tasty traditional wings, or a 10-ounce portion of our tender boneless wings, we'll leave your mouth watering for more. We promise we won't wing it, but you should. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
In an ever-changing world, one thing you can always count on is Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and their method is so straightforward it may shock you. Friendly service and a huge selection of inventory with more arriving daily. When you're ready for your next vehicle, take the short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64.
Back here at Bell, West Virginia, 7-0. Riverside leads as Taft made the extra point, so he gets the kickoff for the Warriors as that one's fielded at about the 20-yard line. That's Robinson for the Cougars as he's able to break it up the middle to about the 37-yard line as Christian Robinson's return about 17 yards, and that's where Capital will take over. As Riverside, looks like they play that odd stack defense, 3 down linemen, and then you've got those plethora of backers or DBs, whichever one. Some people go 3-3-5, some people go 3-5-3. It just depends on what kind of athletes you got. Riverside, as you're going to get a whistle blown here as officials conferring, and they'll reset the play clock, and we're good to go. Valdivia in the shotgun as he'll give off here. That's 27 for the Cougars trying to get to the outside. That is Zion Christian, the freshman, as Christian loses about 3 on the play. We have yet to see a positive down and distance for the Cougars. The first play of the game for them went backward about 6 yards, and ever since then they've been behind the sticks.
Yeah, you got to go vertical, That's twice that we've seen ball carriers try to sweep it out to the outside. We're losing yardage. Let's try to get the passing game going a little bit. I know they threw the ball one time on that 50-50. It was a beautiful ball, couldn't come down with it, but I don't think the run's working too well for you right now.
There's a snap. You're going to get what you want, Austin, as Valdivia tries to escape from the pocket, still looking down the field. He'll try to tuck it, turns on the sideline, and takes a shot on the sideline as you're going to see that Riverside sideline get excited about it. It is a gain of about 9 on the play for Valdivia. As, man, you talk about a shot, though. That was a hit. That was good old-school football. Valdivia was not going to go out of bounds without some contact, and Riverside obliged.
And they got him out of the game right now. I think they're checking up on him.
He wanted to make sure he was okay, so they're going to go with the little bit of a different quarterback look. That's David Robinson, the freshman, in there, number 2 for the Cougars on a 3rd and long 3. Robinson keeps it, makes one guy miss, makes a couple miss, and he'll try to get forward. He's going to be marked right around the sticks there at the 48-yard line. It looks like he is short of the 48, though, Austin, and it looks like it's going to be – it'll be close. They may come out and measure this, but I believe it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it should be about a 4th and 1. Now, in this situation, I know what I would do, but I mean, what we thinking? Maybe try to QB sneak, just try to punch it in, because we're only, from what I'm seeing, maybe like half a yard off. I mean, we're real close.
The issue becomes with these shotgun teams, though, Austin, is have they taken a snap under center?
Yeah.
That's what we've got to see if Capital has done that, because when you get in a gun, you're already losing about 4 or 5 yards, and looks like we're going to get a penalty. We'll see if Capital took a timeout first. It is a timeout for the Cougars. We'll step aside for a break. You're watching high school football here on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I'm Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
Back here, 4th and 1 for the Cougars from the 47.5-yard line. They have brought the punt team out. Quick snap. It's going to be a fake up the middle, and it's going to be close. I believe they have it, though. The mark at about the 49. That will be a first down for Capital, as it looked like that was number 1 on the carry, Latrell Bell. On the carry for the Cougars. May have been number 4, Jameer Smith. Again, those numbers are hard to see from this vantage point. But nevertheless, first down for Capital. We thought there's no way they were punting.
Right. I like the play call because, I mean, like we was saying, we was probably just a little bit less than a yard. I'm so close in the punts, and this is the best field position you've had all night.
Correct. So 2 receivers to the top of the screen, tight end wing to the bottom. Valdivia in the gun. They'll hand it off. This side got a lane here. Got some room. He's got some speed as well. That is number 2 for the Capital Cougars. David Robinson able to break one there for about 23 yards and a Capital first down. It's the first real big run we've seen the Cougars have tonight.
Yeah, that's the momentum they needed to be put on their side right there. That was a very good run, and I tell you what, Riverside's very lucky. One more missed tackle like that, and that was gone to the house.
To the house, absolutely. Capital starting to kind of flex their muscles a little bit up front after a slow start. Same formation, 2 to the top, tight end wing to the bottom. Valdivia in the gun. Snap back. He'll pull it this time. Tries to juke jive, breaks a couple tackles, still spinning forward, and he makes absolutely something out of nothing there. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play, and they couldn't tackle him in a phone booth there.
Yeah, that was one heck of a move. Split the defenders. I mean, that was beautiful. Like you said, creating something out of nothing.
As we continue to see Valdivia kind of be subbed in and out, as a little bit of a quarterback, not necessarily controversy, but just a little bit of a substitution as they continue to try to find some players. David Robinson in there now as the quarterback for the Cougars. And Robinson calls for the snap. Now will run the sweep to the left side. He had nothing there. Tries to run forward, maybe. No, not even back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 on the play. Capital has had success, Austin, up inside, and they continue to try to get to the edge of this Riverside defense, and that just has not been working.
No, I agree. I think they need to try to punch the ball inside as much as they can. That's where they've had all their success at all night. If it gets busted up, we haven't seen them go to the air.
That's right. Only one pass attempt for Capital so far tonight. Valdivia back into the game. You're going to get 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 backs, and the tight end to the bottom of the screen. Play clock at 6, and now you're going to get an offside penalty, I believe. Some movement there. It will be against Riverside, it looks like, but there is a conference. As we do get the offside call. As it'll be 3rd and about 2 now.
This makes it a whole lot easier for Capital, too. See if they try to play old school bully ball, see if they can punch that thing in.
Yeah, we've seen positive inside runs. It's been the outside runs that Riverside has been all over, so we'll see what Capital tries to do here. There's Valdivia in the gun with 2 backs to each side. As he'll give it off this time. Up the middle, that's number 3, Camden Harris, squeezing his way, knifing his way inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cougars.
There for a second, I thought he was going to try to bounce outside.
Yes.
And then he cut it back in, and then, no surprise, had good success.
There's a quick stoppage and another timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. Back with more high school football here on RSN Sports and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I'm Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
Back here with you in Bell, West Virginia. Homecoming for the Riverside Warriors as they lead currently 7-0 over Capital, but Capital 1st and goal from the 9. As Valdivia will give it off. Harris again, he's dancing around, gets up inside, but he stopped this time and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1. Flags fly, though, here at the end of the play, so we'll see what the damage is. 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. As a little conference there, and it is going to be a dead ball.
Personal foul. Defense.
Personal foul penalty against Riverside. It is a 2nd down. So only since it's a dead ball, the play counts, and there is no automatic first in high school. So you get basically a 4-yard penalty, but nevertheless, they had them stopped for a loss of 1.
Yeah. Mental penalties will kill you every single time. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite them in the hind end.
2 receivers to the top of the screen, tight end to the bottom, back to each side of Valdivia. Calls for it, gets the snap, gives it off to Harris again, tries to go up the middle. He's met right there. That's a big tackle. As we're going to see who gets off the pile there. That's number 4 for Riverside, Logan Tudor, as he came up from his defensive back position to make the stop on Harris. No gain on the play as Tudor filled that hole really well.
So far, it seems like Riverside's doing a good job. Let's see if they can hold Capital right here. And I'm not for sure if Capital would elect to go for, for 3. I don't know their kicker situation. They might stay out on the field if they can't convert right here.
Valdivia's got to hurry. 2 on the play clock. He'll get it off. Gives it to Harris. Tries to go outside. Now it jumps inside. He's got nothing doing. The Riverside defense standing tall right now. It'll be 4th down and goal from about the 6-yard line for the Cougars. As we'll see a big decision here for Mark Mason's ball club, and it's going to keep the offense out on the field right now. Hey, and Austin, you've mentioned this. You've got to attack sometime through the air if they're going to tee off on your run game. You've mentioned it a bunch of times, but now you're in a situation where everybody expects you to pass.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you've kind of dug yourself in the hole of being predictable. You kind of already know what's coming unless he keeps it right here.
A lot of pressure standing up around the line of scrimmage. Valdivia with the snap. He's looking, trying to get away. Spins out, tries to spin again, gets out of it somehow. He's going to throw it there, back of the end zone, wide open, touchdown Cougars.
Wow.
Valdivia's a magician. Woo!
A little bit of shake and bake action there. Man, if you're Riverside's coach, you got to I'd hate to be on that sideline right now.
Had him dead to rights at about the 20-yard line. There were 3 Warriors around him, and Valdivia somehow makes something out of nothing again. I don't know if they could tackle him in a phone booth right now. Valdivia is that impressive as you're going to get a penalty, most likely illegal participation. Yeah. So 12 guys on the field for Capital as they're going to try to figure out who needs to go out, and that's a long, lonely run when you have to be that guy.
So what would you do in that situation to say, okay, maybe we're at a disadvantage here trying to get this guy down? Do you play it safe and just kind of, I'm going to force you to throw the ball. I'm not going to overpressure at the 20 right there. I'm just going to stay right here. I'm going to kind of force you to throw. Or I know in the heat of the moment it's a hard decision to make, but you got burnt by this kid, 3 times already we've seen him making something out of nothing?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think, if you know that kid is a really great athlete, the pressure doesn't come from the middle, it comes from the edges. And that's when you want to make that really good quarterback step up into the pocket and then escape, and rather than, it coming from the inside and then allows him to get outside and where he can, kind of show off his athleticism. Right there, I think it came from the middle and the edges. I just think Valdivia made a great play. I don't know how you have a defense for that. But, Austin, I think you're right. Right now we've seen Valdivia, the quarterback for the Cougars, as your score 7-7 now after the made extra point. When they've let him make plays with his feet and his arm, he has looked very good back there in the pocket.
Yeah.
Cougars to kick things off 7-7 rather here in the first quarter. 1:05 to go as the kick line drive bounces, fielded by the Warriors. That is number 18 on the return, kind of the same return Green had as Taven Woods, the freshman, takes it down the left sideline, and you're going to get a late flag there. And one of the coaches in Riverside not happy, so I'm going to imagine that one going against the Warriors. As it looks like Josh Cochran may have – no. I'll tell you what, he got upset at Cochran for over nothing. Yeah, because that one goes against the Cougars, and now Riverside in great field position.
Could have been a little bit of jibber-jabbering going on over there.
All he has to do is, coach, I was just acting. That's, So –
great field position for Riverside.
We have seen really good field position in all 3 possessions for the Warriors here. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Again, we thank you for watching this presentation of high school football on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network. Ray under center as he'll ride it. Now he'll pull it himself. A little bit of a triple option look there as Ray's going to be pulled down from behind those. The ball came out Are they going to mark him down? They are. The official on the far sideline pointing to the ground, so he is down before the ball came out. So it'll be second and about 12 here with one more play to be ran here in the first quarter.
That play was just shut down from the get-go. Good read.
Yes.
Obviously, it wasn't the right call to hand it off. It was shut up right there in the middle. But then we've seen a great job by Capital shutting it down on the outside as well. Just a blown-up play altogether. 20 seconds and counting. Let's see what they opt to do here.
Ray in the gun, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, wing to the top, motion here for the Warriors as they'll hand it off to Green. He's got a lane down the middle of the left side now to the 30, to the 25. He's got one man to beat. Jump step in. Can he get in? He does.
He does.
Beautiful run again by Green for the Warriors. No flags on the field as Bryce Green gets a touchdown run. As we've seen him have some wiggle tonight, Austin, as it was a kickoff return to open the game, and that was a beautiful run. A couple cuts in right in the middle of the field to get into the end zone.
Yeah. Give it up for that O-line, too.
Yes.
Beautiful job on the blocking assignment to open up that lane.
About a 41-yard run for Green as Taft on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is through. 14-7. Riverside leads. We'll be back with more right after this here on the RSN Sports Network, HD Media powered by the D&D Sports Network.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Ream home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing.
Back here at Bell, West Virginia, 14-7, Riverside leads. His kick fielded there by 13. That's Robinson. He's able to get it across the 35, and that's where the Cougars will take over at the start of the second quarter, as we'll step aside for this break here as Riverside leads in their homecoming game against Capital 14-7. Back with more here on RSN Sports, HD Media powered by the D&D Sports Network.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi. You know, our West Virginia military veterans are the last ones to ask for handouts, yet many of them are hungry. I invite you to watch a video that shows an amazing monthly program that helps feed our veterans in Beckley and Clarksburg. Huntington Bank and other partners would like to expand this program to other areas of our state, and we'd love for you to help. Watch the video at wvenriched.com. That's wvenriched.com.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Back here, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Valdivia gives it off this time. Got a lane up the middle. That is, I believe, Harris. It's Camden Harris falls forward for a gain of about 5 on the play for the Cougars. If you'd like to be a game day sponsor, contact RSN Sports or HD Media, Charleston newspapers to see how your business can benefit while helping our local schools and athletes. We have packages to fit every budget and every situation with dozens of games and hundreds of thousands of views each season. Game Day is the state's leading high school sports destination. 2nd and 5 for the Cougars. Valdivia in the gun. Two receivers to the bottom of the screen. Hand it off to Harris. Tries to fight forward, but he's met by a bunch of Warriors there as they'll drive him back after a gain of about 1. Third and about 4 for Capital here is we thought we'd see a good one here tonight. It has not disappointed. 14-7 the lead for Riverside. 10:45 to go here in the second quarter of play.
For one of the first times tonight we've seen the inside get shut down.
Yes.
And Capital not being able to capitalize off that. So back in the gun again. See if maybe they're going to.
Valdivia drops back, throws it into the flat. Harris catches it. 45, tries to be wrapped up, breaks the tackle, falls forward, got the first down. They had Harris at about the 45-yard line, which would have been a yard short, but he fights forward to get that extra 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah. That's what we was looking at right there, thinking where are we going to pass the ball to? We knew it was coming right there, maybe to throw off, and I like to see it. I know I keep saying it, but to mix it up a little bit, because then when you get in a position, 4th down close to the end zone or 8 yards back or something, you're kind of predictable at that point. You know what we're going to do then.
I completely agree. As Valdivia in the gun, trip receivers to the top of your screen. Valdivia throws a little tunnel screen there. Gets almost intercepted. That's 24 for the Warriors. That is Caleb Shanklin who knocked it down and almost had a really nifty pick 6.
Yeah, read that one all the way through. That's one of them plays. It's either a make or break, but you have to run it right. Everybody's got to be timed right, and everybody's got to be 100 mile an hour. Can't be slacking in that situation, I should say. But Riverside read that one immediately, almost a pick, and if so, I think he had nothing but daylight ahead of him.
I agree. It was wide open spaces out there. 2 receivers to each side, tight end to the top of the screen. So an empty set here as Valdivia by himself in the gun. Riverside drops. Looks like they're going to bring pressure, but now Valdivia is going to step back, launches one down the field, almost intercepted, then caught. It's caught on the sideline as it goes through a Riverside Warriors' hands, and I believe that is number 5 over there, Damian Johnson. Johnson with the catch off the deflection. Still not a first down as he caught it about a yard short, but, man, what a lucky break there for the Cougars.
Good awareness, good hand-eye coordination to stay with the play off the deflection right there. That's huge for the Cougars. Now you're looking at a 3rd and 1, giving yourself an opportunity to maybe try to move the sticks.
Similar situation Capital was in on their last drive. They did not get the 3rd and 1 and ended up going for it on a fake punt on 4th and 1. We'll see if Capital can get it this time. As you're going to get movement from both sides, and usually if it's both, it goes against the offense.
Yeah.
So 88, that's the tight end for Capital. We do not have that name on the roster. They're going to discuss it a little bit here. So there's a big decision here from the officiating crew. They're all moving toward the Riverside side. Oh, they're going to call a delay of game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm not sure if the play clock went down, but sometimes when they make that call, it could have been a center snap infraction sometimes when they do that. So obviously we don't get the explanation, but nevertheless 5 yards backed off for the Cougars. So now 3rd and 6.
Yeah. Right when you're so close, dig yourself a hole. I mean, that's the stuff you have to avoid at all costs. But let's see what they opt to go with here on a 3rd and 6.
2 receivers to the top of the screen as Valdivia gives it off to Harris. Harris tries to bounce it outside and does. Now he's got a lane. Can he get to the first down marker? He does as he fights forward. Should be enough forward progress to mark him at about the 40-yard line. So it'll be a first down for Capital, as we have seen Camden Harris, the sophomore, run with a lot of power here in the second quarter.
Number 3, Camden Harrison carry. First down, Cougars.
So it is a first down. And right at about the 41-yard line is where they'll mark him. So first down Capital as the clock continues to churn here from Bell, West Virginia. Again, homecoming tonight for the Riverside Warriors. As kind of saw the parade as we came in, Austin. There's a lot of Warriors fans in the crowd
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, it's a packed house. You know, we're not able with the camera angle to show, but I think it'd be hard to find an empty seat in this place.
Snap. Oh, and they're going to call a false start, and that is a benefit to Capital as nobody was ready for that snap. As you're going to look at a 5-yard penalty there, but they're lucky that wasn't worse.
Oh.
So 1st and 15 now as Capital moves back 5 yards here, as we'll see what they decide to do on 1st and 15. 8:12 to go here in the first half of play. It's Riverside 14, Capital 7. We'll see 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen along with the tight end. So they'll cover up the tight end here. A little unbalanced set for the Cougars. They'll drop back, roll out to the left. Valdivia looking down the field. Jukes, jives, throws it down the sideline out of bounds and away. It's going to be 2nd and 15. As you can see a couple receivers coming back, clamoring for the ball. You wouldn't be a receiver if you didn't want the ball, though.
Absolutely.
That was Jamal Dotson, number 9 in the route, along with 5, Damian Johnson. It's a sophomore, and Damian Johnson and Jamal Dotson, a sophomore as well. So a very young team for the Cougars here. Mark Mason trying to rebuild this Capital program. Valdivia back. It's going to be a screen. They throw it back. Great play design. It's got some room down the right sideline. I believe that's Clark. Clark able to get across the 25-yard line, and it's another first down for the Cougars.
Starting to get the groove a little bit here. This is good for Capital. Reset the chains. You got the momentum definitely in your favor right now.
As they'll huddle up, as for years, Capital, Coach John Carpenter was a no-huddle type team, and we get on the ball and just out-athlete you, out-strength you. And Capital here under Mark Mason trying to rebuild to those years of when Capital was a state power. Valdivia in the gun, gives it off, this time to Clark, little outside zone, but he decides to cut it up the middle, and he gains about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. I'll tell you what, that's a big block there from 56. Kevin Van Meter walked down there before the game. That is a big boy. That's a guard for the Cougars, this junior. I'll tell you what, he looks the part, and right there on that block, he acted the part just as much.
Absolutely. That's a big old boy down there. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of him.
Capital. Again, same formation here. They got trips to the bottom of the screen with the tight end covered up as well. They're going to move Clark over to the left, and now you're going to get a false start against Capital. As I think what they're doing is they put their hand down, the guy on the end of the line of scrimmage, and then he picks his hand back up.
Yep.
And you cannot do that. So that's another 5-yard penalty for the Cougars. It backs them up to 2nd and 12.
They've had a lot of penalties on this drive alone. And still in good field position. I mean, that's kind of odd to see.
They have found a way to overcome the penalties so far. We'll see if that continues on this drive. 6:15 to go on a moving clock. As 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top along with the tight end. As a drop back from Valdivia. Their flag flies. It's going to be an illegal formation. Valdivia is going to scramble up the middle. Breaking tackles, breaks another again. He gets pulled down at the 10-yard line, but that one's going to come back. As they only had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, so that's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be backed up to about the 33-yard line.
Mental mistakes.
Capital continues to kind of The old adage, shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing right now, Austin.
And right when you start to see them get the offense going, it seems like they're a little bit more loose. They're a little bit more confident running the ball. Things are starting to go their way. But then the flags, backing them right back up. And like we've talked about before, it just comes down to mental discipline.
Yes. A young ball club, that's tough to instill sometimes. Yep. That's what Coach Mason trying to do for the Cougars. Valdivia in the gun. Camden swings. They're going to get another flag on the play, maybe another illegal formation. That is incomplete, as most likely, again, will be on Capital. And now if you're Coach Alex Daughtry, you've got to make a decision here. Do you want to move them back even more, or do you want to take 3rd and 17?
Yeah.
As still a conference there, as we see a Riverside player 43, Landon Hamilton, just limping to the sideline there. Is a little ankle injury, it seems, for Hamilton, as they tried to work on him there on the sideline. And they actually waved the flag off, so it will be 3rd and 17. So Daughtry doesn't have to make that decision.
Yeah.
What would you have done in that situation?
Oh, man, I would have I probably would have just went 3rd 17.
I think I would have too there. Now you've got a chance. If you're Capital, though, you've got 2 downs to pick up 17 yards. That's the way you have to look at it here. So Valdivia in the gun, tight into the bottom of the screen. They arc him down the field. Another flag flies. Here's the throw to the sideline, dropped, incomplete. That's the 3rd flag from the same official. I'm going to guess it may even be the same call.
At this point, if it is, Coach has got to get in there and say, guys, hey, this is what we're doing wrong.
We've got to fix this. And again, it is an illegal formation. So, again, that one's declined. So it's 4th and 17 now, as now Mark Mason has to make a decision for the Cougars. You're in a little bit of no man's land here, Austin.
Yeah, Capitals, we've seen some explosive moments from them. I'm taking the down. I'm saying, okay, 3rd and 17, that's cool. 4th and 17, that's even better. Because I don't want him to have a bunch of downs to work with, because we've seen that multiple times one play can really change the script.
Valdivia looking down the field. He looks like he's going to be wrapped up, and he is. Can't get rid of the football, and that's where the Warriors will take over. A big defensive stop for Riverside as they stop Capital, and they'll take over there on downs at about the 34-yard line. So big stop for Riverside here, Austin. Now they got a chance with 5:17 to go here in the first half to try to add to this lead.
That offense definitely happy to get back on the field. That was probably the longest offensive possession we've
of the
seen
game.
in a while. Yeah.
You have Capital turns it over on downs in their 3rd possession of the game. Riverside, this is now their 4th possession of the game. They've scored with 2. We'll see if they can add another one back up the middle. That's a big run there from Green. Strong run up the middle as he bowls his way across the 45-yard line.
He hit the boomstick on that one. Nice old school football.
Yeah, a little veer option there. They give it inside the green on the dive play. Is this double wing offense similar to what we see at Winfield with that flexbone set, but not necessarily the same. As they'll give it off, fumble on the ground, but he picks it up, bounces right to him. And, man, we've seen the ball bounce in some weird ways tonight, but that one in favor of Riverside as Tavian Woods able to pick it back up and gain about 2 on the play.
Yeah, and this has been a conversation I've had with a lot of people. With football, you're in that hot season, you're going into the cold season, and I've kind of noticed over the years, once you get in that first game where it kind of transitioned in the cold, do you think it maybe has something to play with the mental factor, little mental mistakes like bad snaps and things along that nature?
Well, for backs, those hands get a little bit colder and they lose feeling, and sometimes you don't know if you have the ball or not. Sometimes, some moisture can make a difference as well. I think you bring up a really good point, though. As Ray will give it off to Green as he's bouncing around and somehow bounces his way forward for a first down. Bryce Green continues to impress on the ground here tonight.
You know what they say, after you make contact, you're driving for 5 more, and that's a great example right there. Keep the feet moving, was able to pick up some extra yards after contact, and now we got a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, Bryce Green has shown not only when he gets in space he has the speed to take it the distance, but, man, he has the power to run up inside as well. Woods in motion. Gives us 3 receivers. They'll give it off to Green. Little trap play back to the weak side. He's able to juke and almost juked himself out, but still on his feet. Gets to the first down marker. Good stiff arm there as he's able to pick up 11 yards, and it's another Bryce Green first down.
And the blocking assignments from that offensive line, it's been beautiful all night long, just making the lanes possible.
That was a really nice trap play back to the weak side after the motion. And we'll try to get that guard's number to you here as they break the huddle, but I believe that's 66. And that would be Jason Smith. Toss play here to Woods. Woods tries to get to the outside. Going to get a flag on the play as Woods gains about 3, but that one's going to come back.
Yeah.
Actually, that may have been 65 on that last trap play, which would be Sam Peters, the senior. And there's the hold. So Capital will move the Warriors back. 3:09 to go here in the first half. Riverside a 14-7 lead. Again, watch it tonight. Read about it in detail tomorrow by subscribing to HeraldDispatch.com or WVGazette.com. 99 cents per month gets you started. And we thank you for watching and listening here on RSN Sports and the HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network. Inside 3 minutes now. Ray under center. Kicks a man in motion. They'll give it to the deep back. That's 19 this time. Ball came out as Andrew Tudor. Yeah, I think you got something with your theory. I really do.
Me and a few buddies had that conversation. It always seems like we start seeing more what you would call mental stuff like that, typically in that first game when things start to kind of turn colder in the evening time.
Timeout on the field. We'll do the same. 2:29 to go here in the first half. Riverside a 14-7 lead over Capital. Back with more high school football on RSN Sports HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
The Nitro Antique Mall, the Canal Valley's pop culture emporium. Not only do we carry a fine selection of antiques, we are also home to modern vintage, vinyl, and collectibles. Third Floor Comics, toys, and video games. The Sports Corner, cards, collectibles, and more. Brick and Brack, blocks by the bucket. Gearhead Garage, toy cars and toy trains. The Creepy Room, oddities and obscurities. Visit Nitro Antique Mall at 110 21st Street in Nitro.
At Glenville State University, you can discover friends to last a lifetime, professors who broaden your perspective, and the skills and education for future success in a small town environment. At Glenville State University, you can become a pioneer.
Back here with you as it's a 2nd and long for the Warriors. Little swing pass here to Woods on the outside as he can't outrun the Cougar defense. And it's a loss of 2 on the play, so 3rd and long now for the Warriors. And may see Coach Daughtry slow down a little bit here and try to, milk this clock, Austin, to try to make sure Capital doesn't get the ball back.
Yeah, I agree. That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was their first pass play of the game. I believe.
I think you're right. We may see another one here.
But, you know, I really like the odds here if we can get a little bit closer. The kicker has a boot on him.
He does. As they'll give it off to Green. Good third down call. That guy has been impossible to bring down, but this time the Cougars able to get him bottled up. Gain of only 2 on the play, and now the Capital Cougars will take a timeout as they'll have 1 left. We'll do the same. Step aside for another break. Back with more high school football here on RSN HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi. You know, our West Virginia military veterans are the last ones to ask for handouts, yet many of them are hungry. I invite you to watch a video that shows an amazing monthly program that helps feed our veterans in Beckley and Clarksburg. Huntington Bank and other partners would like to expand this program to other areas of our state, and we'd love for you to help. Watch the video at wvenriched.com. That's wvenriched.com.
4th and 19. The Warriors in shotgun. Looks like they're going to go for it here from about the 40-yard line. They're going to pump. They're going to look down the middle of the field. It's a deep ball down there, incomplete. No flags on the play. And Capital did their job with 1:37 to go. They'll have the ball at about the 39-yard line and the chance to tie this one up. As Ray took a deep shot down the sideline, but it gives Capital really good field position to try to answer this Riverside lead.
Yeah, got 1:37. Got plenty of time to try to come down and give your team an opportunity to tie this ball game up after the extra point.
Hindsight being 20/20, Austin, what would you have done there? Would you have punted the ball and tried to pin them deep, or would you have taken your shot?
I mean, I don't know that deep. I probably would have played conservative and punted it, honestly. On a 4th and 17, was it?
Yes.
I probably would have punted because this Capital offense has been showing some good signs here recently.
Was that one incomplete as the receiver for Capital slipped as Valdivia's pass over the head of, I believe, number 5. Johnson on the intended receiver. As 1:32 to go here in the first half. Again, Riverside 14, Capital 7. In what has been pretty quick first half of play, right at an hour. Valdivia in the gun. 2 receivers to the bottom along with the tight end. Drops back. Looking down the field. He'll take a deep shot.
Wow.
It's into coverage, and it is intercepted. Big play there from the safety. Guess who? Bryce Green again on the highlight reel for you tonight on the RSN Sports Network.
We have been calling his number all night long, and I have a feeling that we're not done yet.
No, absolutely not. Green has been all over the field and makes a highlight reel interception. Now we'll see Riverside's offense back with it.
Hey, got 1:26 here. Definitely a lot of time to go down and try to put some points on the board, even if you just have to get in field goal range. Definitely confident in their kicker to try to put 3 up on the board. Let's see what they try to do here.
Ray with it. He'll drop back, looks down the field, and incomplete as he was looking for 19. That is Andrew Tudor. As it'll be 2nd and 10. And what you also don't want to do is give Capital the ball back either. You know,
right.
You don't. Worst case scenario here, you go up 7 into the locker room.
Yeah. Now, I'm not against passing the ball on first down in this situation, but from Riverside, that's I think the 2nd, maybe 3rd time they passed the ball all night, and they're doing it in 1st and 10, backed up in territory. So
this is where they ran that trap last time, as they were going to go with it again. As you know, they had that motion the last time, and they ran the weak side trap. That's the play that was called, but you're going to get a false start first. So 2nd and 15 now. Now you're starting to get into the situation where you're backed up inside the 25. Yeah. You may want to be more conservative. Call a really good run play. If Green can break one, then you get on the ball fast.
Right, absolutely. For minute 21 and we're back deep like this, I want to try to burn as much clock as I can.
So 1:22 on the game clock now. They added a second. There's Ray now in the gun. We haven't seen Caden Ray run it as much as we did on that first drive as he put it in the end zone. Ray drops back, able to scramble, looking down the field, throws it short, incomplete. That'll be 3rd and long. Capital with the timeout now, and the clock stops at 1:17. So now, if you're Coach Daughtry, I think you at least try to make Capital use that timeout and, maybe just go ahead and concede the punt.
Yeah. Now, on that second down play, I mean, what would you do in that situation? Passing the ball was kind of shocked me there a little bit.
Yeah, we had kind of asked for it for a while, but right there I would have ran it, tried to get to the half. You're backed up. Ray back, drops back, looking down the field, scrambles out, being chased. Flushed out to the left, still looking. Now he'll tuck it and run. Has a little bit of a lane and able to get forward enough for a gain of about 10 on the play. The clock still moving as Capital has not taken a timeout. They may be afraid that Riverside would go for it, but now clock has stopped. And who took the timeout? Capital did take the timeout. So 55 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll step aside for a break. The 4th down coming up here on the RSN Sports Network and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Trades, where the future is forged.
No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings or
punt formation for the Warriors. 55 seconds to go here in the first half on a 4th and 5. Snap back. Some pressure, and it gets it away, though. It'll bounce, and now fielded by Clark at about the 40. Runs forward to the opposite 40 as we'll see a chance here for the Cougars about the 41-yard line. Is kind of swapped field position here, Austin, is now Capital with a chance to take some shots at the end zone.
Yeah, 45 seconds. Things getting a little bit chippy after the play there. Might have been an unnecessary hit we seen there on the field. Yeah. And one of Riverside's players was letting him know, hey, that might be a little bit dirty, but this is football, man.
It is. As Coach told me one time, it's only dirty when you get caught.
That's right. 45 seconds, out in the gun. Let's see what they want to do here on first down.
Valdivia takes the snap. They'll look. Screen set up to Clark. Good call here. Clark's got some room. Gets to the middle of the field to the 30. Almost pulled down from behind, but breaks the tackle inside the 25 to the 23. And 35 seconds to go. Capital on the clock, or on the ball quickly, as we'll see if Valdivia gets a play call, as they'll try to get things going here, as they're going to try to clock the ball. It looks like they line up in the same formation. Valdivia in the gun, and the ball snapped, wow. And then they're going to throw a flag. It's going to be a snap infraction again, as, again, Capital just continues to make mistakes at the worst time.
Yeah, it seemed like high-pressure situation right there. I mean, that's got to be stuff you work on in practice to say, all right, high pressure, how are you going to react?
Right.
Boom, 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 because that's a very important play right there.
So false start. It's a 5-yard penalty. So 27 seconds. There's no 10-second runoff in high school football. So, those of you that think that should be a 10-second runoff, that's in the NFL. So it'll be 1st and 15, but the clock should start as soon as the white hat chops it into play. So it should be really quick on the snap. Valdivia, 29-yard line. Clock should start. It does. 25 seconds to go. Valdivia fakes, looks down the field. Will step up in the pocket, still looking. Hit from behind, and now the Cougars will have to take their last time out. Let's see if they do. The clock's still moving. That's right. They don't have any timeouts left. So 8 seconds to go. They got to get lined up and take one shot at the end zone here. 4 seconds to go. Valdivia back, deep drop, looking, throws to Clark, but it's picked off. He's got a chance to get there. It's an interception down the sideline. 24. Can he break a tackle? No. That'll be the end of the half. But the Warriors able to stymie the Cougars on that final drive of the half. As we'll head into the locker room, Riverside, a 14-7 lead over Capital. Back with the halftime show right after this here on RSN Sports and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
In an ever-changing world, one thing you can always count on is Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and their method is so straightforward it may shock you. Friendly service and a huge selection of inventory with more arriving daily. When you're ready for your next vehicle, take the short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day, working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Rheem home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call or visit us online today to schedule your appointment at mullenplumbing.com.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi. Our West Virginia military veterans are the last ones to ask for handouts, yet many of them are hungry. I invite you to watch a video that shows an amazing monthly program that helps feed our veterans in Beckley and Clarksburg. Huntington Bank and other partners would like to expand this program to other areas of our state, and we'd love for you to help. Watch the video at wvenriched.com. That's wvenriched.com.
At Glenville State University, you can discover friends to last a lifetime, professors who broaden your perspective, and the skills and education for future success in a small town environment. At Glenville State University, you can become a pioneer.
future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Program. And together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and where the future is forged.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interests at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salengo. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers. Lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day, working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Rheem home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call or visit us online today to schedule your appointment at mullenplumbing.com.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi. You know, our West Virginia military veterans are the last ones to ask for handouts, yet many of them are hungry. I invite you to watch a video that shows an amazing monthly program that helps feed our veterans in Beckley and Clarksburg. Huntington Bank and other partners would like to expand this program to other areas of our state, and we'd love for you to help. Watch the video at wvenriched.com. That's wvenriched.com.
The Nitro Antique Mall, the Kanawha Valley's pop culture emporium. Not only do we carry a fine selection of antiques, we are also home to modern, vintage, vinyl, and collectibles. Third floor comics, toys, and video games. The Sports Corner, cards, collectibles, and more. Brick and Brack, blocks by the bucket. Gearhead Garage, toy cars and toy trains. The Creepy Room, oddities and obscurities. Visit Nitro Antique Mall at 110 21st Street in Nitro.
At Glenville State University, you can discover friends to last a lifetime, professors who broaden your perspective, and the skills and education for future success in a small town environment. At Glenville State University, you can become a pioneer.
Ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construct. The future is forged.
No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings, or our tasty traditional wings, or a 10-ounce portion of our tender boneless wings, we'll leave your mouth watering for more. We promise we won't wing it, but you should. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
In an ever-changing world, one thing you can always count on is Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. You know, Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and their method is so straightforward it may shock you. Friendly service and a huge selection of inventory with more arriving daily. When you're ready for your next vehicle, take the short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day, working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Ream home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call or visit us online today to schedule your appointment at mullenplumbing.com.
At Glenville State University, you can discover friends to last a lifetime, professors who broaden your perspective, and the skills and education for future success in a small town environment. At Glenville State University, you can become a pioneer.
ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction future is forged.
Back here at the start of the second half with you, James Barker and Austin Chafin with you as halftime scores, Riverside 14, Capital 7, as it will be Capital football to start the second half of play. As it's been an exciting first half so far between Riverside and Capital. We saw Riverside take the opening kickoff all the way down almost inside the red zone, and then they fumble just a few plays later. Capital gets it. Only gets about 3 yards on their first possession, and they punt it away. And Riverside gets a great field position, 21 yards out. The very next play, Caden Ray walks into the end zone for the touchdown. They go up 7-0 after the Elijah Taft kick. Very next possession, Capital Valdivia to Jamal Dotson in the back of the end zone. He's able to take it across or in the end zone for the touchdown. So 7-7 your score. And then Riverside, it was a Bryce Green 41-yard touchdown run. The Taft kick good and give Riverside the 14-7 lead. And then after that, we had some punts, some turnovers, and ended the half with Riverside up 7 points, and that's where we are, Austin. But Bryce Green really has been the story, at least for Riverside, in that first half of play.
Yeah, and I have a feeling we're going to call his number a whole lot more here in the second half. He was a big key offense and defense there in the first half. Good thing is, though, Capital's getting the ball back here to start the second half, down by 7. Great opportunity to at least try to tie this thing up through an interception on the last play of the game. Or last play of the half, I'm sorry. Lucky it wasn't a pick six, so they got another opportunity to start it off here.
Kickoff down to about the 23-yard line. It's fielded by Capital there. That's Dotson as he's able to carry it across to the 34-yard line. 35 is where it'll be marked. That's where the Cougars will take over. And, Austin, we saw some positive things for Capital, but this young ball club really struggled with penalties in the first half as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'd see some great breakout plays, and then all of a sudden, you got a flag throwing it back. There was, I think on that one drive, we was looking at, 4 or 5 flags in that one drive from them. So,
yeah, we'll see if Capital can kind of right the ship here on this first drive of the game and see if Valdivia and the offense can get something going. Motion with the H-back as Valdivia with the snap. They'll give it off. I believe that is to number 3. That's Harris as he's able to break one. Harris to the 30. I don't think they're going to catch him. 10, 5, touchdown. First play of the second half. The Cougars find the end zone. Camden Harris from 65 yards out is a point away from tying this up for the Cougars.
Now that's what you got to do. First play of the game, way to make a statement, get some momentum back on your side here after throwing that pick last play of the first half. Now the Cougars are right back in it.
That's a big run. A little bit of an outside zone, and Harris cuts it up the middle, and he's able to make one guy miss in the hole, and he has the speed to take it the distance. So, if we can get an extra point here from the Cougars, we'll be all knotted up at 11:43 to go here in the third quarter of play. On for the kick, and it is up, and it is through as Jason Lee with the extra point for the Cougars. 14-14, tie game here from Bell, West Virginia. Back with more on RSN Sports HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
(14-14) your score. It took one play for the Cougars to get into the end zone. Camden Harris from 65 yards out has tied this one up between these two cross-county rivals. Kick fielded about the 25-yard line, as we're going to see, I believe that's Woods out near the 45-yard line, as Tavion Woods, the freshman, able to get a good return. And we've seen Riverside with good field position, only 2 touchdowns to show for it, but they have started with really positive field position much of this game.
Yeah, having great success on the kick returns all these times. I mean, good lead blocking. I don't think the scoreboard really resembles how well they're doing on the kick returns here. Like you said, it's turning out great field position. They fumbled the ball on that first drive they had, real close to the end zone, and
they've got some things to clean up as well, do the Warriors, but they give it off to Green here, and Capital able to stop him for a gain of about 2 on the play. So they've bottled Green up since he had that big touchdown run in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And now the Warriors trying to figure out how to move this ball into Capital territory and try to make some noise on their own.
Last few plays of the first half, I know we've seen them throw the ball, but I'd be a bet man to say that they're not really confident throwing the ball. And if they can if Capital can shut the run down, I think Riverside maybe starts to go in kind of a panic mode a little bit.
It's going to be a flag on the play, most likely a false start on the Warriors, as it will be. So 2nd and 13 now, and you just mentioned haven't looked real comfortable throwing the ball. And when you get behind the sticks like this now, it puts you in a situation where you might have to. So We'll see kind of what Alex Daughtry's ball club wants to do here as Ray comes to the sideline. And again, we mentioned it in the first half. We saw Ray scamper in on the first touchdown run, 21 yards out. We have not seen him use his legs very much since that play. Ray with it, under center. He'll pull it this time. Gets to the outside, across the 50, out of bounds to about the 48-yard line, so a gain of about 6 on the play. And it may not be comfortable throwing the ball sometimes, but he's pretty quick on the edge.
Yeah. I think he's got our headsets bugged up here. Must have heard that. Took it for himself, getting a little nice gain. But now we're kind of back in this situation. 3rd down, halfway to go. He's going to line up under center.
I think you're in 4-down territory if you're Riverside.
Yeah.
They'll give it off to Green this time. A flag on the play. Green able to fight his way forward, still on his feet. Dives. He's going to be close to the first down. I think he's going to be a yard short, but this one may be backed up. I'm not entirely sure. It was a quick flag. He had some Riverside players pointing against Capital. So
let's see what the call is.
Yeah. It is a chop block.
Oh, okay.
Or a illegal block below the waist. So it's a 15-yard penalty. So that will be a long 3rd down for the Warriors.
So we was talking about them not being too confident passing the ball in this situation. 3rd and East Jesus, Montana to go. I mean, do we throw the ball and risk maybe getting a pick, or are we throwing a pass to say either my guy's getting it or nobody's getting it, or do we just run the ball, take what we can get, and just punt the rest of the way?
Yeah, I mean, they've got some decisions to make here. One thing we haven't seen Riverside do that we've seen Capital do effective is a screen pass.
Mm-hmm.
So we may see Ray, who gets under center, drops back, looking down the field. He's going to heave one deep. Has a man out there. It is up, and it is intercepted. Pulled away there by Capital's David Robinson. He'll get it to midfield. Spin move, still on his feet. Gets to the edge. He's to the 50. Another spin. He'll try to reverse field and almost ran out of bounds, but he'll go back to the 45, and that's where the Cougars will take over, maybe, because a flag flew there at the end of the play. We'll see exactly what the penalty is.
Had a couple of players in a little scuffle there, it looked like.
Some fisticuffs?
Yes.
Well, they will get this one sorted out.
Well, we was talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to go to the air like that, and you know you're not a confident pass team, I at least want to try to put myself in a position, either a one-on-one position, or like I said, if my guy can't get it, nobody's getting it. That was in a double coverage.
Well, that's a spot foul from the 44. It will go against Riverside. They're going to call that one on 65. That's the big lineman, Sam Peters. So it will be Capital football inside Riverside territory after that interception. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Hard to believe only 2 minutes off the clock here in this quarter. We have seen a lot of action inside those 2 minutes.
You know, when that dirty laundry keeps getting thrown on the field, we're hogging up a lot of time here that could be burning. Back in the gun.
Two receivers to the top. H-back moves. They're going to get a false start as Valdivia trying to fight for his team there, but that receiver at the top of the screen moved first, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, kind of what we saw in the first half for the Cougars.
This is, and we've said this is a young team, but I think the most important thing that you have to try to instill into a young team is mental discipline, because as we're seeing right now, this will be the number one thing that kills everything that's been going good for you. Because Capital has had a lot of moments to where, I mean, things just went their way. Nothing could go wrong except for when that little yellow cloth gets thrown out,
absolutely.
you know, and then it ruins everything. They got to have some mental discipline.
They'll start on the 46 now, 1st and 15. 3 receivers to the top of your screen along with that tight end as they'll cover him up. Give it off to Clark. Clark trying to get to the outside, makes a good cut up the middle. He'll gain about 4 or 5 on the play. So it looks like it'll be a gain of 4. 2nd and 11 now for the Cougars. We've seen Clark with that outside zone. And, you know, instead of getting to the edge and trying to run to the edge like he did in the first quarter, he's been doing a really good job, Austin, of making that cut up the middle when he gets to about the tackle.
Yeah, a lot of times it's been open too. I think sometimes, especially with, you know, younger players, it's kind of instinct. We want to bounce to the outside, you know, because we initially see contact in front of us on the inside. But you have to trust your blockers in that situation and trust that a hole's going to get opened up. But he's done a whole lot better his second half.
Valdivia drops back. He'll look down the middle of the field. Still looking. Crossing pattern incomplete as he was looking there for Jameer Smith. As good coverage there by the linebacking core for the Riverside Warriors. That was 24 in coverage as that was Caleb Shanklin. Shanklin had the interception at the end of the first half. It almost went to the house.
Yeah. If you got any more than 3 seconds in that pocket right there, your offensive play's already broke down.
Yeah.
It's done. Anything good to come out of it is off of some hoopla that's happened afterwards. So, and we've seen this a lot of time. You know, he's back in the gun. He's got all day to throw the ball, but the play's already broke. Here we go.
Screen pass again. Clark, it's open. He's got a chance to get to the edge. He does. Gets to the 30, knocked out of bounds right there at about the 27-yard line. And that screenplay, the roll left and throw back right screenplay, that's about the 4th time we've seen it tonight. It's picked up at least 10+ every time.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the plays that's not broke. I mean, I know you don't want to run the guts out of it. You want to keep it fresh, but it seems like every time they've called that one,
it's been there.
Yeah, every time. Makes you wonder if maybe they want to, since we do have a pretty tight ball game here, if they want to try to save that in the bag of tricks from when they really, really need it.
9 minutes to go. Whitehead trying to get the game clock moving as when the scoreboard has just went out. So 9 minutes was on the clock. The White Hat on the field trying to get the clock to move and trying to get the scoreboard back powered up here. And Riverside High School, again, homecoming here for the Warriors tonight as they had their homecoming festivities at halftime. As Paul's in the action as they'll take everything off and try to get this
They're going to try to get this thing going.
There's 9 minutes on the clock when it went down. Riverside and Capital all knotted up here at 14 apiece. Player of the game sponsored by the West Virginia Building and Trades Association. We'll have that player of the game for you after the conclusion of this one. Again, are you watching tonight's game on our free app? If not, start downloading HD Media TV on any Apple or Android device, including the Roku TV. It's free, and it opens a window of local sports action like you've never seen. There is a white hat.
We'll put 8:50.
8:50 on the clock. And it is ready to go here. Back at action. As, also we had the broadcaster's jinx. We talked about a pretty quick-moving first half of play. And
that had to change.
It had to change. It had to change. So we'll chop the clock, ready to go. Everything back to normal here in Bell, West Virginia, as Valdivia in the gun. Bunch formation to the top of the screen for the Cougars. They're going to give it off on the jet handoff. Good cut up the middle that time, and a good tackle as well right there. Now you're going to get a flag on the play again, as that was number 2 on the carry, David Robinson, on the jet sweep, and get a player down for Capital in the secondary. As let's see what the flag is. It looks like it's going to be on Riverside again.
I think personal foul. We're going to find out. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So,
wow.
An ejection here. That's Jonathan Welch that the officials have deemed disqualified. So not only will he miss the rest of this one, but most likely he will miss next week's game as well. I do have a chance to review that at the SSAC, but most likely those are pretty standard.
Yeah.
So 8:28 to go here in the third quarter of play. Tie game between Riverside and Capital, as the Cougars, and the benefits of some penalties against the Warriors, now inside the red zone at the 11-yard line. Robinson gets the direct handoff, and you're going to get a false start. And we have not had a clean third quarter here for either club.
Absolutely not. I think the refs like talking in that microphone. They like hearing themselves. No, I mean, it's been good officiating all around. It's just a lot of mental mistakes from both sides here starting the second half.
Now you can see the youth on each club here so far tonight. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Capital trying to take the lead. It is chance here, 16-yard line, 1st and 15. Do have a chance for a first down inside the 1 as the ball bounces back to Valdivia. As Valdivia looking. He'll run it, still on his feet, and wrestled forward, and they're still chippy down here as they'll separate them. And gain of about 3 on the play. You can see that this game does matter for both ball clubs. They're fighting and scrapping, trying to make some things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seems like both teams have something to prove here. I just wonder if they're actual, rivals outside of this game. Because, I mean, it wouldn't have fooled me. This has been a chippy game.
It has been. 7:05 to go here in the third quarter as Valdivia back in the gun for the Cougars. As Clark beside him. 2nd and about 12. Valdivia looks, gets the snap, gives it off to Clark, bounces it, now cuts it up inside, spin move inside the 5, and he'll be marked right there at the 5-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play as the sophomore Camden Harris has been very impressive as the tailback for the Cougars tonight.
Absolutely. Now you're in great field position as a coach. This is where you have to say, mental discipline, mental discipline. Like, man, we're so close. We're right there. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot.
And if you're the offensive coordinator, you have two downs to get 4 yards, 5 yards, or do you bring out the field goal unit if you can't get a positive gain here? And they're going to get a jump. Yeah, it's Riverside that jumped this time.
That's a good call right there. But back to the original question, I think we get points any way we can. It's such a close ball game because defense for both sides has been fairly well. I'm gonna take the easy points if I can get it.
It's now 3rd and about 2 from the 3-yard line. It's Capital with a chance here to take the lead for the first time tonight.
Like see a little handoff. Try to play a little conservative here. That's what they're going to do.
Gives it off to Harris. Is Harris fighting forward? Did he lose the ball? They're going to call it a touchdown. Camden. Is that a number 1 that gave? That's Latrell Bell. Bell. Latrell Bell on the carry into the end zone for the Cougars. So 20-14 as Bell able to get it in the end zone from 3 yards out. As Lee on to attempt the extra point. Well, they're going to
go for 2.
Interesting call here. We've seen Lee kick very well.
Yeah.
Robinson. No, that's not Robinson. That's 31 for the Cougars. Tries to get to the edge. I don't think he got in. Good stop there from the Warriors defense as they stymie the 2-point conversion play. But Capital still takes their first lead of the game, 20-14 with 5:44 to go here in the third quarter. Back with more high school football here on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings, or our tasty traditional wings, or a 10-ounce portion of our tender boneless wings, we'll leave your mouth watering for more. We promise we won't wing it, but you should. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
Back here, Capital a 20-14 lead. James Barker and Austin Chafin with you as Cougars to kick things off. We talked about it during the break, Austin. They, I don't know. It's a questionable decision.
For sure.
To go for 2 instead of kick the extra point. But, again, that's why we're up here, not down there. And see if Riverside can find some momentum after that 2-point stop. Line drive off the front line for the Warriors. Ball still on the ground, picked up by Woods. Woods trying to get to the edge. Makes one guy miss and still on his feet, but now is brought down at about the 32-yard line as Tavion Woods, they're going to mark him at the 33 for forward progress. That's where they will start. And if you're Riverside, you got to get something going here. We have seen them be explosive on offense for 2 series, and ever since those 2 runs, one by Ray and one by Green, we have not seen them with the same explosiveness.
Yeah, and it seems like they opted to go to the air more times as well. I just wonder if they're going to say, okay, we're going back to square one, going back to the roots.
Well, you know, one thing they haven't done, they started off in that single wing set. We have not seen that since.
Right.
Ray gets under center. He'll toss it this time to Green. He runs right into a guy, but makes another guy miss. Tried to bottle him up, but he gets down the sideline, and they're going to mark him out where? I don't know how he made it. That's a gain of 8 on the play. I don't know how he even got a yard. That was an amazing run by Green. That'll be 2nd and 2. Bryce Green bottled up at the 30, able to somehow bounce his way down the sideline and pick up 8.
I like how they're going back. They're going back to the run. Now listen, you can call it boring football all day long, but at the end of the day, we're here to win a football game.
That's right. Ray gives it off to Green again. He'll fall forward. That's enough for the first down. It's a gain of about 4 on the play by Green. As we mentioned, it's kind of what the athletic director talked to Coach Chevalier. Used to be a head coach at Sissonville for a long time, and now the athletic director here, he says, you may see a steady dose of Bryce Green tonight. And he has been correct. Ball on the 46, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Woods in motion. They'll give it to Woods this time as he counterbacks the other way. Woods, the freshman, across the 50 to about the 46-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play, 2nd and 3. And now the Warriors, Austin staying ahead of the sticks, which is one of the things that they've needed to do tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you said that young man's a freshman. Imagine when he's a junior and he's, really in that developed stage.
Right.
He's going to be tough. That's going to be a kid that we're going to be talking about for a while.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. He runs the ball well, physical, and you're going to get a false start.
Yep.
This is, again, it's kind of been the theme of the night. Theme for both clubs.
Yeah, do something good, then get it taken away from you. Back, forth.
So what was a promising 2nd down now turns into 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 7 for the Warriors, as you're going to get in the huddle.
Love you, bro. I'll see y'all later.
Ray under center, double wing set for the Warriors. So give it off to Green, the first back through. He's going to drive his feet, keep moving, and they move the pile for the first down.
Wow. It's good old smash mouth football.
Yes, it is. Bryce Green picks up 9 on the play. It's enough for a Warriors first down, and the Warriors crowd here on homecoming starting to get back into this one. Long way to go before they're in the end zone, but right now that 1 point on the board may loom large tonight.
Yeah.
Ball on the 42.5-yard line. Motion, they'll give it off to 19, and he is met at the line, driven back. That's Andrew Tudor, as gain of maybe 1 on the play.
If I can continue to get positive yardage on these run plays, I mean, we got 339 and counting. I would love to score with, no time left in this third quarter, go up, hope to get a stop.
Yes, and kind of have the same formula, yeah.
Yep, and then just run out the rest of the time after the stop in the fourth quarter. If they're able to do that, I mean, we got to get positive yardage though to run out 3:17 and counting.
Ray under center, motion this time in the backfield as they'll give it off to Green. He's met immediately, and he's going to try to fight, but he's not going to go anywhere. Loss of about 4 on the play, maybe 3. To the 45-yard line, and now situation for Riverside we've talked about. They do not want to be in this 3rd and long situation, as we'll see what Coach Daughtry's ball club tries to do here.
Yeah, definitely not the most confident team on passing the ball, but now we're 3rd and deep, 3rd and 12 to be exact.
Goes receivers to the top. They'll toss it to Green. They did this once. He had that big touchdown run on this play. Green able to break a tackle, still on his feet, driving forward to the 29, to the 27. It's a first down for Bryce Green.
Wow.
That's a weak toss play. We've seen it a few times in Green. Man, he just runs hard.
Man, if you're Capitals coach, you know you're losing it right now. To give up 12-plus yards on a weak toss is, that's got to be frustrating.
Yes, and indeed, 20-14 Capital leads, but Riverside driving here with 2:05 to go here in the third quarter. Ray under center. They'll give it off. That's a lineman that got the run there. I believe that's 62 with the carry. As Robert Myers with the carry.
Doing a good job at burning time here.
As Green had to get a rest eventually, so they give it off to the backup fullback there. Ray under center, second and about 6. They'll give it to 62 again. As that one's going to be right at the 20-yard line, so gain of about 5 on the play. We have 62 as Robert Myers, and I think we're going to try to figure out, because the PA announcers making a different name, so we do apologize for that if we are getting that wrong, but these are the SSAC rosters, and that's the official roster for us.
3rd and 1.
And they'll give it to him again. He stopped up the middle. Can Van Meter stop him? No. He's going to fall forward. It's going to be a first down at the 18-yard line. And the Warriors continue to move the ball and chew this clock.
First down, Warriors.
There's a crowd into it now for Riverside. They're inside the red zone for the first time in a while. 40 seconds here in the third quarter of play. Green back in that huddle. If I'm a betting man, I might be. I'm going to bet that Green gets this ball here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 28 seconds. They've done a great job with clock management. No hurry to try to get in the end zone right here.
Oh, wow. Little option play. The pitch inside the 10. That's number 10. That is Malik Brown, the sophomore, with his first carry of the game. There's that triple option you like to see.
Man, that pitch made me nervous right there at the last second. Ooh.
And that's going to be – they're going to measure this before the end of the third quarter. So we'll figure out if they're going to do a measurement before the end of the third quarter. So we'll keep things here until the measurement is final, and then most likely it'll be the end of the third quarter. But, that pitch was a little nerve-wracking.
Ooh, yeah. But, I mean, worked out great.
Yes. We hadn't seen it tonight. That's the first time that they have ran the option, what I would call, to the finish.
Yeah.
So Brown picks up 9, maybe 10, if we'll check the measurement here. Ball resting on about the 8.5-yard line as they stretch the chains out. It is a first down, and that will be most likely the end of the third quarter. So they'll spot the ball and chop the clock. I would be very surprised if Coach Daughtry's ball club sprints out here and gets on the ball, but we'll keep things. Nope, he's going to point them down to the far end, so that'll be the end of the third quarter for us. It's Capital 20, Riverside 14, but the Warriors driving. Back with the fourth quarter of action after this. You're watching high school football on RSN HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP.
Back here with you as first down play, gain of about 2 for the Warriors. James Barker and Austin Chafin with you here on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network tonight. We've got a good one. Capital 20, Riverside 14. As Riverside deep into Capital territory, 2nd and goal from about the 8. They'll give it off this time to Green as he powers his way in the end zone. Bryce Green again into the end zone. That man, he deserves a nice sandwich after the game. He has ran hard. He needs to give not only a sandwich for him, but those hog mollies up front deserve something as well.
Absolutely.
It has been a Bryce Green clinic on power runs here for the Warriors as they'll bring Taft on to attempt the extra point. This is a big point in the game right now.
Yeah, got to have this.
20-20 your score, 11:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Taft on for the extra point. Snap down. Kick is up, and it is no
Shanked it
good.
to the left.
We will be tied moving into the next possession with the Cougars receiving the kickoff. Capital player down. We'll step aside for a break. Back with more here on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day, working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Rheem home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call or visit us online today to schedule your appointment at mullenplumbing.com.
No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings, or our tasty traditional wings, or a 10-ounce portion of our tender boneless wings, we'll leave your mouth watering for more. We promise we won't wing it, but you should. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi. You know, our West Virginia military veterans are the last ones to ask for handouts, yet many of them are hungry. I invite you to watch a video that shows an amazing monthly program that helps feed our veterans in Beckley and Clarksburg. Huntington Bank and other partners would like to expand this program to other areas of our state, and we'd love for you to help. Watch the video at wvenriched.com. That's wvenriched.com.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, back here on the RSN network. Looked like just a cramp on the field, so grateful that wasn't anything serious. We never want to see anything serious happen.
Yeah, Van Meter off on his own power kickoff after the score by the Warriors, and there's some speed there for Damian Johnson as he upended there, tackled at about the 35-yard line. 20-20 your score here, Austin, as Capital decides to go for 2. They don't get it. Riverside scores. They try to kick the extra point and miss, and that's where we have this 20-20 score between these two rivals.
Capital's lucky. I mean, call it how it is. Personally, I think it was a bad call. We're going for 2 unless, we had a kicker hurt and we didn't know about it. If he was healthy, I think bad call. And then you just caught a break with Riverside's kicker shanking that to the left because he's been money all night long.
So now Capital with the footballs. They'll send a man in the motion. They'll fake the jet, give it off to Harris as Harris fights forward for a gain of about 3 on the play. As these teams, we may see Austin start to lean on this run game like they did in the second quarter and made that second quarter move so quickly.
Yeah.
But, now it's kind of put the ball in your best player's hands. And what we've seen tonight for Riverside, that's been Bryce Green. And for Capital, it's been Camden Harris.
Yeah, and if you're Capital, we're already here on second down, but, in a perfect world, you want to try to kill as much clock as you can and come up with a score.
There's one aired out. There's a throw, incomplete. Valdivia got hit there as he just lost the timing on that corner route. Had a guy open over there, but just couldn't hit his man. And now it'll bring up third down and about 6. And, we talked about it. We thought they were going to lean on their run, but, Valdivia and Mark Mason, his offense, wanted to take a shot there, and they proved to keep Capital behind the sticks. This is a big play in this game. Riverside's got some momentum after their score. 20-20 your score, 10:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. They cover up the tight end. They'll roll Valdivia over here. Valdivia looking, stops, looks, tries to turn around. Now will throw. It is caught on the sideline, and it's going to be short of the line to gain by about 1.5 yards. So it's a catch there for Jamal Dotson. And now Mark Mason has some decisions to make. Is this where you run the old freeze play, 4th and 2, see if we can get Riverside to jump?
Oh, wow, yeah, even though you would think Riverside would be expecting that anyways, but yeah. Let's do it. Let's see the discipline. See who can be disciplined. Yep.
There it is. Now Valdivia will look over to the Capital sideline. Got 2 on the play clock. They snap it. He's going to look, throws over the middle, incomplete, knocked away by Bryce Green. And that's a big stop for the Riverside Warriors here on homecoming tonight. That's all a little motion out of you. You thought maybe there was a little contact there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
a bang-bang play.
It was close.
Nevertheless, Riverside's going to take over on downs there in Capital territory. And Mark Mason rolls the dice. And those are ones if you make it, you look like a genius. If you miss it, if your defense doesn't pick you up, those are going to be the ones that are questioned.
4th and 2, coming out in the gun like that as well.
Give it off to Green. Green's got a chance. He's able to make a guy miss there at the 20, falls forward, tackled at about the 15-yard line. Man, Bryce Green again runs it up the middle. Good blocking up front by those linemen here for the Warriors. And now you can see the momentum here for Riverside.
He's been tough all game long, and now we see Riverside closing in. We're now in the red zone. Hand off to him again.
Yeah, give it off to Green again. Breaks another tackle, falls forward to about the 9-yard line. As you're gonna again, they leaned on this running game to tie the game up. They have leaned on it here in the last 2 handoffs to Green. It's second and about 6 for the Warriors inside the 10-yard line. Ray under center. Kicks a man in motion. They'll give it to Green again over the left side. Falls forward to the 10-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a first down. First and goal from the 2 for Riverside. Capital starting to struggle. Their hands on the hips, breathing heavy here. Oh, they're going to call a hold. I did not see the flag, Austin.
Oh, I didn't either. Wow.
So that is a hold on Riverside. I missed that flag completely, and that'll back up the Warriors to about the 16-yard line.
Woo! You know Capital's going.
That's a, yeah.
A little sigh of relief.
So now 2nd and 13. As Ray will keep it, pitches it out there, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So gain of about 2 on the play. So now 3rd and 11 for the Warriors.
We're in a 3rd down, 11 yards to go.
As 9:06 to go here in the 4th quarter of play. Riverside took over in Capital territory after Capital went for it on 4th and 2. And now Ray under center on this 3rd down. He'll toss it over to Green. Green tries to get to the edge. Breaks one tackle from the corner position. Breaks another. Falls forward as he dives close to the 1st down. But it'll be marked short. And now a Capital player down, as that is one of the corners that came up in a cramp there. So 4th and about 4 for the Warriors.
Man, oh man, oh man! You're so close right here, but I mean, do you say okay? Let's bring out the field goal units after the shank
extra point? You know, I don't know. It's how much confidence do you have in your kicker? We have seen Taft warm up much of the evening, and he was pretty solid from about this range. As you know, they're gonna talk to their club. They have Taft in the huddle here, and they're going to talk to him and see exactly. They're going to bring Taft out. Elijah Taft will walk onto the field.
Worst comes to worst here. You miss. Capital does score. You probably still got 2 or 3 minutes to come back down with the ball and try to tie the game. Yeah, I just don't see it being necessary to risk it, go for the big points when you can almost count on getting a guaranteed 3.
Well, and here's the thing you have to think of, too, if you're Coach Alex Daughtry. The last time you had Capital backed up here was their first possession of the game. You almost got a safety out of it.
Yep.
So if you choose to go for it, and you might, then you have a chance to pin them real deep and still maybe flip field position again.
Right.
If you choose to kick the field goal and you miss, do you lose momentum? I don't know. It's one of those if ands. What do you do?
Yeah.
I think they're going to try to kick the field goal here with Taft, as it looks like that is who is going on the field.
Yep, I like what you said there. I think it really does come down to your mental toughness of the team. Let's say this is a missed field goal right here. Are you down and out on yourself, or do you have the mental fortitude to say, all right, whatever, next play, we're still in the game? If you can have players that can just let the water roll off the back of the duck,
So this is a 25-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. Taft marks off his step. Snap is down. Kick is up, and it is through. It is good.
It's good.
Elijah Taft with the field goal, and Riverside takes a 23-20 lead. Back with more high school football here on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I am Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
On the gridiron, you have to be tough. I'm Morgan Switzer, a Republican running for Kanawha County prosecuting attorney. I promise to bring that same toughness back to our prosecuting attorney's office so that Kanawha County can once again be a safe place to live, work, and raise our families.
In the game of football and the game of justice, you need someone who's tough and fair. That someone is Morgan Switzer.
My last name is Switzer, and I do know a little something about football, and I approve this message.
Back here at Bell, West Virginia, homecoming for Riverside. Right now, the Warrior fans are in high spirits as they have taken a 23-20 lead with 8:32 to go here in the 4th quarter on the Elijah Taft field goal, 25 yards out. It was good from Taft as he'll kick it off deep to the Cougars. That one fielded, I believe, by Dotson there. I know that's number 4, Jameer Smith, as Smith over across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Flag thrown really late. And we'll see what that penalty is.
I wonder if maybe they're going to call a helmet maybe.
Let's see. Threw it on the pile, so it's not a sideline warning, or they would have thrown it in the air. So we'll see. Dead ball, personal foul against Riverside. That's about the third one we've seen tonight against the Warriors. And now Capital moving forward into probably already in 4-down territory. Here's the ball at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah. Already had one player for Capital get ejected from the game already. And, you know, especially, I mean, can't take back from the past, but in this moment with this close of a ball game, everybody has to come together and say, man, we got to be focused. Nothing stupid, nothing mental, because it really is a game of inches at this point.
Now Capital 2 receivers stacked to the bottom of the screen. They'll give it off this time to Harris. Harris met there by Shanklin. Shanklin, a good tackle there. Gain of about 4 for Harris, though. It moves across to the 49, 50-yard line for the Cougars as they're now in Riverside territory, most likely again in 4-down territory. 8 minutes to go here on a moving clock in the fourth quarter. Capital trails 23-20 here on Riverside's homecoming. Snap back to Valdivia. Gives it off to Harris again. Harris, good cut. Got a lane. Harris to the 30. Can he outrun him? No, he gets tripped up from behind. Big tackle there by Logan Tudor as he saves the touchdown run. But Harris, again, across the 20 inside the red zone for the Cougars. And we've seen that outside zone and then cut right back up, Austin, every time for Harris.
Huge play. If you can just give him a couple seconds just to, get the gears going. I mean, he's tough to bring down.
3 receivers to the top of the screen. It should be 2 receivers to the top of the screen with the H-back. Valdivia in the gun. Give it off this time to 27. He tries to run to the outside. That's Zion Christian, and he is tackled down. Loss of 2 on the play. And that's the difference. Christian tries to get to the edge. You saw Harris cut that up a lot.
Yeah.
So second and about 12 from the 20. As Christian off the field, most likely Harris back on the field for the Cougars. As both tailbacks, Green and Harris, have played really well tonight on both sides. Valdivia in the gun. Harris beside him. And they snap it, maybe have some motion here. They're going to blow it dead. It's a false start. They'll back up the Cougars even more. It's another one of those things we've seen.
Yeah. Mental toughness just not there right now, and it matters the most in this moment with the game so close and time dwindling away.
It is a false start, so back up the Cougars 5 more yards, 2nd and 17, 6:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. Riverside leads by 3. Capital trying to answer the field goal from Elijah Taft by the Warriors to give them this 3-point lead on the last drive. 2 receivers move to the bottom. Tight end goes as well, along with the wing. So an unbalanced formation here for the Cougars. .640 on the game clock now as White Hat moves it up. Still. Here we go. Ready to go. Should chop it into play. And Hey, run the clock. 6:35 now on a moving clock. 2nd and 17 for Capital. As they'll come out, that same formation. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, tight end and wing as well. So unbalanced set here for the Cougars. Harris on the right side of Valdivia. They'll swing it over. Maybe a double pass. No, they're gonna run it with Harris there. He's not nowhere to go. Will swing pass there. The Riverside defense right there. Shanklin again on the tackle for the Warriors. It brings up 3rd and real long now for the Cougars.
Yep.
This game kind of going, as you mentioned, Austin, now inside 6 minutes. Capital with a chance here, but they have been moving backwards ever since that good run by Camden Harris that got him inside the red zone.
If I can get it to the 15, of course you want to get the first down, but if I can get it 15, a little bit above the 15, what will you think about kicking the ball in this situation?
I'm not. We didn't see them kick the extra point. So again, we're not privy to any injury information or anything up here in the booth. But when you look at those things, why didn't they kick the extra point? Was there an injury?
Right.
And if there was, you obviously, I can't kick the field goal. So, but I agree with you. If the kicker's healthy right now, your goal is to get it almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Get to the 18, maybe give yourself a chance to tie this up with a field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to have faith in the kicker. And to have a kicker in high school football, it's kind of rare nowadays. I know we're watching AAA, but especially talk like double A, single A. You don't hear of a kicker that can really boot one from 25, 30 out.
Right.
So it's always a nice addition to have, and reason being, if you have it, use it.
Yes.
Use it and have faith in it.
So Capital will come out of the timeout, 3rd and 20 for the Cougars here as the ball rests on about the 28.5-yard line. Valdivia in the gun, still looking down the field, tries to direct some traffic, throws it into the end zone. It is intercepted in the end zone. That's Logan Tudor for the Warriors as he's able to catch it, and he'll be marked down at the 1, and that's where Riverside will take over, but a big interception there for the sophomore, Logan Tudor.
That's huge for Riverside, but it's all fine and dandy, but you're backed up on the 1-yard line. You got to be careful.
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot to be at on the field. You almost wanted to be in the end zone when you make that play so you get the touchback. But, nevertheless, Riverside with the football and a chance, if they can get some first downs, to melt this clock away and come out with a victory.
Yeah, definitely. They say ball's in your court, but we got to get off that 1-yard line.
Ray gives it over to Green. He falls forward and plows his way to about the 4-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 as you see, I think that's Van Meter trying to come off the field for the Cougars as they'll make a substitution. Alex Daughtry's ball club 5:05 away from a victory if they can gain some first downs and chew up this clock. 2nd and 7. Ray under center. He'll give it off to Green again. Finds some running room over the middle. Gets tackled and brought down. Oh, boy, stripped the ball out. They stripped the ball out. Is that Dotson? That's Dotson. Into the end zone. No, that's Jameer Smith that ripped it away into the end zone. Touchdown for the Cougars. Oh, my goodness, what a play.
We just witnessed that. Oh, wow.
Jameer Smith from his safety position ripped it away from Bryce Green as he was falling down after about a 15-yard gain. Smith rips it out, and the Cougars take a 3-point lead, 26-23.
Oh, wow. And how the script has flipped.
Absolutely. Lee on for the extra point. Hold down, kick up. It is through. 27-23. Capital has retaken the lead here after that fumble recovery for a touchdown. Back with more high school football after this here on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I'm Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia because we believe in treating our customers like family. That's why you get the best deal right up front with friends and family pricing. It's our way of saying thanks for allowing us to be a part of your community.
It's Jeep season at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, and for a limited time, get up to 10% off MSRP on any brand new 2023 Compass.
Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Back here at Riverside High School, Bell, West Virginia. Capital has taken a 4-point lead, 27-23, after Jameer Smith ripped it out of the hands of Bryce Green and ran it all the way back from about 28 yards out for the fumble recovery touchdown for the Cougars. Big kick here from Lee, goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. 4:43 to go. Capital that 4-point lead, 27-23. And now, if you're Alex Daughtry, you went from trying to run out the clock to trying to run into the end zone and try to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, a completely different game plan now. So now we're fighting against time instead of working with time, and man alive.
It changes the scope of what you want to do offensively, but it also changes to the point where no matter where you're at on the field, I do believe you're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, absolutely. Their run game is still being, it's been phenomenal.
It has been. They'll give it off to Green as he tries to bounce around, but he's thrown down. Big tackle there. That is 88 for the Cougars. We do not have a name for that young man, but a great play by 88 for Capital. It's now second and about 15 for the Warriors. 4:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Ray under center, Green the deep back. They'll toss it over to Green. Green tries to get to the edge of the outside, does. Gets to the 25-30, 35, and falls forward to about the 37-yard line. That's a first down for Riverside. Still a lot of belief in this Riverside fan base right now as they're on their feet trying to root their team into the end zone here under 4 minutes to go.
I like their chances of getting in the end zone. Their run game's been phenomenal. Had a slip up. Just so happened it was a very big slip up that cost them some points. But nevertheless, they've still been rocking and rolling with this offense, and with 3:43 and ticking, I got faith in them.
Woods trying to fight back to the line of scrimmage, maybe got there. The Capital defense teeing off on him there as they sent Woods in motion. The freshman was met in the backfield, but found a way to wrestle his way back to the original line of scrimmage, and you're going to get a timeout. Riverside will do the same. 3:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. Capital 27, Riverside 23. Back with more after this on RSN and HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
I am Teresa Howell, a lifelong resident of the area, and am qualified and ready to serve you in the 52nd District. I humbly ask for your consideration in the upcoming election for the House of Delegates. Best of luck, and a special thank you to all who support these kids. God bless. I'm Teresa Howell, your conservative candidate.
In an ever-changing world, one thing you can always count on is Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. You know, Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and their method is so straightforward it may shock you. Friendly service and a huge selection of inventory with more arriving daily. When you're ready for your next vehicle, take the short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
Back here, Bell, West Virginia. James Barker, Austin Chafin with you. It's been a dandy so far. Riverside trying to find a way to win on homecoming. And they're going to call a false start there, and that'll back them up 5 yards. I think it was a snap infraction again on the Warriors. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 34-yard line as Riverside trying to find a way to score, win the game. It's 27-23. Capital right now with a 4-point lead. Warriors under center. That's the junior, Caden Ray, at the quarterback position. He'll toss it outside to Green. Green gets to the edge, breaks a tackle, falls at about the 42 as he's tackled there. 3rd and 8 now for the Warriors. 3:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. 4-down territory, remainder of the way for the Warriors. Inside 3 minutes. Ray in the huddle, calls out the play as the Warriors will break it. Ray looks over the defense, under center, gets the snap. He'll roll, gets bumped, jump pass is going to be incomplete. They were looking for Logan Lively there, the tight end. And now 4th and 8 from the 42. Game on the line here.
Got to go for it.
It'll be completely over if they don't get it. Riverside does have 2 timeouts left. But this one, if you do get it, gives you much more of a fighting chance.
Absolutely it does. That play was just flat out ugly from the get-go on that one, and you hate to see that too. I think Riverside's going to call another timeout, so they're going to be left with 1.
Yeah, we're going to keep things here now with that timeout being taken. You know, you've got to kind of find a way to pick up the first down if you're Alex Daughtry's ball club. Riverside comes into this game with a 1-4 record, but this one is a big one. If they could find a way to come out on top, you've got a favorable schedule the rest of the way to try to maybe get to 5-5 and sneak into the playoffs. Playoffs still live for Capital as well, as they've got a chance to sneak in there at the bottom. Mark Mason's ball club, only 2 seniors. This would be a big win for their youth movement at Capital. Big game here for both clubs and a big play here on 4th and 8.
2:40 to go, 27-23. Riverside. I mean, this is, like you said, if they don't get it here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's completely over. But, I mean, the chances. Ooh.
Right.
So this right here, you really got to pull the cat out of the bag on this play call right here.
2 receivers to each side of the screen. Capital is 4-point lead. This is 4th and 8 for Riverside to keep possession. Ray back to pass, looking. He'll take a deep shot down the middle. Has a receiver out there just off the fingertips. Just off the fingertips. I believe, is that Cook, number 2 for the Warriors? That is Jace Cook. They take a shot, and he just misses him. And the Cougars will take over on downs at the 42-yard line. And you know, if you're Riverside, you got to find a way to rip and claw at that football. Got to find a way to try to get that ball out. Crazier things have happened. With 1 timeout, 2:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Cougars lead by 4, 27-23. Cougars. Oh, he snapped the ball. They weren't ready for it. As Harris bobbles it, it's still on the ground. Are they fighting for it? And it is recovered by Harris. Oh, my goodness, Camden Harris just falls on it. And Riverside's going to take a timeout. 2:29 to go. Oh, my Lord. That was – you do not see that very often.
Anything can happen in this game. This game is been fireworks. It's been exciting. You know, we said at the beginning of the game, you know, this is one you got to watch. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be a good action ball game. But I don't think we expected to see what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, that was an interesting play to say the least.
Oh, man.
Valdivia was trying to go to the line to kind of check off a play or communicate to his lineman. The center snaps the ball, and somehow Camden Harris was able to control it. That thing seemed to bounce up off his chest, and you had two Riverside players going after it, but they were unable to dislodge it. But now, you know, if you're Capital, you either break or run, or you're going to have to eventually punt back to Riverside, and this game is still not over.
Yeah, so I like the field position if I'm Riverside. We got 2:29. We've burned through all of our timeouts, but I mean there's still time. There's time.
They give it off to Harris this time. He gets to the edge, turns it up at about the 50, is upended there, and falls forward to about the 45. So he gains a few back there at the 45-yard line, and now Bryce Green on the ground, probably another cramp as they're going to blow the whistle. 2:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. So it'll be 3rd and 14 when we resume play, as they are working on Green's calf there. And Austin, you know the play clock's going to be reset at 25 here for Capital, so you're going to run that down inside at least 3 seconds. So you run about 22 seconds off.
Yeah.
You're going to get a 4th down play if they don't pick it up. So at about 140, you're going to chop it again. That puts you in punt formation, if all goes right for Riverside, at about 1 minute. So Riverside, if they can hold, will have a chance to get the ball back with about a minute to go.
You just got to hope if all those things go right, you got to hope that your kids is mentally smart enough to say, we got to get on the ball. This is what we got on the clock. We got to get on the ball. Boom, 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 if we can't get out of bounds.
I'll tell you one thing, and I thought this might be the rule, but I was not sure. It doesn't go to 25 seconds there. It goes to 40 seconds. So the play clock now at 40, so they won't have to snap this until about 1:30 to go on the play clock. So that changes a little bit of the time here.
How many times in your coaching career have you, and I'm not saying that's what happened there, but have you used the old trick, tell the player to go down to say get a little breather, stop the clock, get a breather, reset your defense or your offense?
We had a call for it. I won't deny it. We called it sniper. We're gonna go down. 16 seconds on the play clock, 1:42 to go here on the game clock. Valdivia taking his time. See what they do. They're going to take a timeout. So Capital takes a timeout, 1:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. Capital with the football. So when you look at this game, Austin, 1:31 to go. You snap the ball. Usually play takes about 4 seconds. And then you get that 40-second play clock started again. That means that Riverside probably won't see the ball again until about 47 seconds to go.
That's right.
You think you have to go after the punt if you get Capital in punt formation? You have to go for the block?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, we got to, if we're Riverside, we got to try to figure out a way to get the best field position possible, because when we're only working 40, 45 seconds, best case scenario, everything's got to go right.
Yes.
And then you start to wonder if Riverside's going to have to rely on the passing game a little bit, when really if they had their choice, they wouldn't want to.
Right.
They're going to be forced to throw the ball a little bit unless they can get a breakaway run or something. But I agree. Yeah, we got to chase the punt. If it comes to that, we got to get the best field position possible.
Capital with a receiver out there. Valdivia will give it off to Harris. Harris cuts it up the middle. He's going to be stopped short of the first down marker, and it's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play. Play clock has started. Game clock now at 1:15. Play clock at 33. So you're looking at about 38 seconds if you run it all the way down.
Yep. It's probably going to put Riverside at about right at 30 seconds, 31, 32 maybe, once they get things rocking and rolling. And it's going to be tough.
Yeah, we'll see. I think there's about going to be 40 seconds on the game clock, maybe 41 seconds on the game clock when Mark Mason takes this timeout. He takes it now. It'll be 40.7 seconds. They take a delay of game on purpose. So 40.7 seconds as
if you're planning on punting the ball anyways.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. We're going to back it up, at least maybe save a chance to where we're not going to get a touchback on this. Let's scoot it back a little bit. Maybe your punter has a little bit more of a breather.
And we'll see. Capital Valdivia is the punter. And they kind of had a bobble on the first punt. We've only seen one punt from Capital tonight.
Yeah.
And Valdivia kicked it at about 20 yards. And they're going to take a timeout and kind of set this up, but it also allows Riverside to set up the block. Man, we've seen some good football here tonight on the D&D Sports Network. We saw Herbert Hoover come back and defeat Wayne 27-20. Man and Shady, we're not entirely sure of that score. It was 14-14 in the fourth quarter. We have had some good football here on the RSN Sports Network and HD Media, along with the D&D Sports Network. So, we thank you for watching football with us here on Friday night. And again, if you are watching tonight's game on the free app, if not, start now by downloading HD Media TV on any Apple or Android device, including Roku TV. Completely free, and it opens a window of local sports action like you've never seen. Also, we'll find out tonight's player of the game, sponsored by West Virginia Building and Trades Association. At the conclusion of this game, I think player of the game still up in the air pending the outcome of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. 40 seconds. We've seen some crazy stuff. I'm not counting this ball game over just yet.
Valdivia back in punt formation. There's the snap. Here comes Riverside. They're going to go after it. They can't get to it. It's a kick high in the air, end over end. Will bounce at about the 16. Will roll backward, and Capital will pick it up at the 21-yard line. And Riverside's got 31 seconds to drive 79 yards.
Woo! Was almost there on the money with it.
Yep.
So spotted on the 21-yard line. Can't nitpick over a yard. So, your touchback would be better. But, it is what it is, whatever. But 31 seconds to go,
you got to take some shots.
Oh, yeah, you have to. You have to.
Got to take some shots if you're Caden Ray.
And it makes it tough, no timeouts, too. So, if you get a big play,
you got to sprint.
Yeah. Maybe spot. It's, I'll kill a down to kill the clock.
Ray, deep drop, throws the outside, knocked away.
Good deflection.
Yeah, good break up there by Latrell Bell. Number 1 for the Capital Cougars has a touchdown run tonight as well. So Bell knocks it away, 26.8 seconds to go here in this one in the fourth quarter. Riverside trails by 4, 27-23 Capital leads. Ray under center. Play fake.
Uh-oh.
Deep drop. They're trying to chase him down from behind. Ray throws it. It is caught. It'll be at the first down sticks. The clock's still moving. They got to get them back. 15 seconds to go. They get lined up. They've got to get off the field. They're going to spike it, and there's a flag on the play. And that's no runoff. Again, no runoff in high school football as they were trying to get number 10 on the field. And listen, you got to have a play call ready to go because as soon as this thing is spotted, they're going to chop it, and you've got to have a play.
Yeah.
So they put 10 back on the field for Riverside. That is Malik Brown, the sophomore speedster for the Warriors. And they got to go here. It's going to go fast.
Yeah.
As soon as he backs up and gets behind the play and checks, they're going to chop this clock and go, and you got to get out of the huddle and go. There's the chop. There's the wind. The clock should start here for the game. As Ray with it. Deep drop, deep throw, down the sideline, knocked away. They're going to have one more shot at it. 2.6 seconds to go. Riverside down to their last play here. It's been a dandy here from Bell, West Virginia.
I'm not counting anything out. We still got 2.6 to play. After what we've seen tonight,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. And, man, would that be crazy to win on homecoming night off of a Hail Mary.
Or any type of
anything.
Lateral into the end zone type situation.
Yeah.
They'll swing it over to Green, who's got it in his hands, gets to the sideline, and he'll throw it back. It's still live on the ground, still rolling around. Brown picks it up. He's going to throw it back. It's fumbled, and it's fallen on by Capital. That will do it. The Cougars come away victorious here tonight. The final score, Capital 27, Riverside 23. Austin and I will be back with the wrap-up in the postgame show right after this. You're watching high school football on RSN HD Media, powered by the D&D Sports Network.
Serving the area one truck at a time for over 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood each and every day, working to keep your family cool and comfortable. With the dog days of summer ahead and fall right around the corner, it's time to schedule your home HVAC system tune-up and preventive maintenance. Right now, we're offering 0% financing on a new Rheem home system and includes a 10-year worry-free warranty. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call or visit us online today to schedule your appointment at mullenplumbing.com.
No plan? No problem. Just wing it, and we'll do the rest. Plump and juicy? You got it. Fried to perfection? Always. Sauced and tossed, or naked if you prefer. It's always your choice at Geno's. Whether it's a 6 or 10 piece of our famous original wings, or our tasty traditional wings, or a 10-ounce portion of our tender boneless wings, we'll leave your mouth watering for more. We promise we won't wing it, but you should. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House. Just wing it.
Back here at Bell, West Virginia, it was homecoming for Riverside, but it's been spoiled by the Capital Cougars as they come away victorious 27-23. And really, Austin, the play of the game is now going to be our player of the game, sponsored by West Virginia Building and Trades Association. And this young man was able to rip the ball away and scamper into the end zone to give Capital their final score and the lead and eventually win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Jameer Smith, came up big. He won this football game for his club. We was talking on at the break here. That was nothing more than just a straight-up hustle play.
Yeah, it was an effort play completely. Jameer Smith, your West Virginia Building and Trade Association player of the game. Austin, final thoughts tonight?
Wow, I'm glad we was able to cover it.
Yep.
It was great back and forth. It was a real good defensive ball game throughout the first half. And then, the second half was kind of the same story a little bit. We had missed field goal, and then that was a 20-20, and then it went up 23-20, and then, the strip on the defensive side for the touchdown. There was a lot of flags, a lot of penalties, but I tell you what, I think for both sides of these football teams, there's good you can take from it. There's bad you can take from it. You know, we go back in the film room, we look, and for both clubs, a lot of penalties hurt them. I think we would have seen a way different score. I don't know who would have been on top, but I think the score would have looked really different if we would have cut down, you know, at least half of the penalties.
Yeah, I think that is a big story in the game, and I agree with you. I think there's good and bad to take from both clubs in this game. Unfortunately for Riverside, they fall on homecoming to Capital 27-23. The Cougars move to 2-4 on the season. Riverside falls to 1-5. That'll do it for us here from Bell, West Virginia and Riverside High School. For Austin Chafin, James Barker bidding you a good evening. Thank you for watching and listening to high school football on RSN and HD Media, powered